We're still focusing on detoxification and toxins just because I passionately feel that this is so important for everyone, even if they don't believe they have toxic burden. And I know Stephanie is on the same page with me and she's here joining us as well.
Everybody. Good afternoon.
So, Stephanie and I have a bit to share today and let us know what your feedback is on this content. We're looking really forward to the Detox Challenge coming up and would love for everyone to join us for that as well. Unfortunately, our world is far more toxic than it's ever been. We have a lot of beautiful conveniences based on things, we can use plastics, for example. We can take away coffee in paper mugs and things like that, but not all of these things are clean or good for us to use. One example of the pollutants that are in the world now that weren't there before are these persistent organic pollutants. They don't have a way to break these down. And they do have a negative impact on human health, unfortunately. The half-life is really referring to how long it takes for something in particular to come down to half of what it originated as. And some of these have a half-life that is so long, it's actually unmeasurable. And each one of us has a personal threshold. So when we're thinking about toxic burden, we're thinking about what's happened over a person's lifetime, including but not excluded to a single toxic exposure. For example, for me working in the hospital, I had constant exposure to toxins, and even just using the hand sanitizer as often as we had to was really a cumulative toxic burden. And so the threshold that we each have depends on what that exposure is, what our genetics are, and how easily we are able to detoxify from a genetic standpoint. And our diet is the final piece of that puzzle. And unfortunately, even a newborn will have detectable toxins in their body. And what kinds of things might people experience when they've reached that personal threshold? And I speak from experience. I had horrible toxic burden after working in the hospital for 25 years. And it's been a journey optimizing my health beyond that. But thankfully, the body is self-healing, and this is something that we can absolutely manage. But some of the signs that you've kind of reached that threshold would be difficulty concentrating. A lot of people have brain fog now, and that's a big sign that you've reached your threshold. All of these other things you can see listed here. And a big sign that I get from people a lot is that they're very sensitive to odors like perfume or gas or other pollutants or smoke, for example. If you notice when you smell those chemical smells that you instantly get a headache or experience some other symptom, that's a red flag that you've reached your personal threshold. Those chemicals have a direct pathway to the brain via the olfactory nerve when we smell them. And if you're able to detoxify appropriately, it's not going to have the same kind of impact as if you're already overburdened with toxins and not able to get rid of what the load that you have. What kinds of things slow down detoxification? This would be chronic constipation, not getting enough nutrients, and Stephanie's going to go into quite a bit more detail about how to support the body from a nutrient perspective when we're talking about detoxification. Genetics, I mentioned before, diet, again, pharmaceutical drugs are not only full of toxins, but also kind of gum up the works when it comes to the detox process. Same with drugs and alcohol and smoking, and with sleep in particular. After about 7 hours of sleep, the brain will begin to detoxify through the glymphatic system that is unique to the brain and does require that 7 hours of sleep. Some of our common sources of exposure to toxins are familiar to us: bacteria, air pollution, plastics, pesticides, and heavy metals. And again, it's the cumulative effect of these different toxins. We're exposed to almost 700,000 of them every single day. Other toxins that people are exposed to are things that are used in construction, paint. When you smell that carpet smell, that's actually toxic chemicals that are on the carpet. Flame retardant and things like that are really full of toxins that are difficult for us to clear. Household cleaners, I've got a whole line of household cleaning products if you want to try to switch over if you're not using something that's clean or if you're not sure. Personal care products are a big one, and that's definitely an area that if I could go back, I would have been a lot more careful on my personal care products. Metals, if you have dental metal in your mouth, the mercury fillings that they used to use, it's really important to have those removed and have them removed by a mercury safe dentist. Every time we chew or drink hot liquid, that mercury is off-gassing from the metal in our mouths, and the second it comes out of the body, it's considered toxic waste. So if you do have any of those left over, it's really important to get them out. Diseases associated with toxic burden, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, cancer, all of the things that you see listed here. The neurologic conditions are a big one. And xenobiotics, this is a fancy word for compounds that are just not a normal part of our body's makeup or our metabolism. These include drugs, cosmetics, pesticides, flavorings are huge. Those are in so many different foods. Again, the industrial chemicals and fragrances, environmental pollutants, and food additives. And especially with the food additives, they're able to use them here in the US, but not in other countries. And there's a growing movement against these companies that are using poisonous additives in their food. They're showing up at higher and higher levels every day, and some, again, will not degrade. We are built to detoxify, and there's a lot that we can do to help our bodies and support them so that we can optimize our detoxification. Lots of different oral care products contain toxic chemicals. Fluoride in particular is neurotoxic. I have fought with my kids' dentists for years, and of course she will not apply it on my children, but always tries to convince me that they need this for cavity prevention. Neither of my boys have ever had a cavity, and there is lots of literature out there and a growing body of evidence that fluoride is definitely neurotoxic. When it comes to fish, just avoid farmed fish is the big one, and the bigger fishes like shark or swordfish are larger, so they've had an opportunity to consume more heavy metals themselves, so they tend to be heavier in heavy metals. Wild salmon is wonderful, sardines, herring, trout. People ask me all the time about tuna. Canned BPA-free light tuna is totally fine, and the pollock and catfish and shellfish. Cookware, all of the non-toxic, like non-stick, excuse me, I misspoke, the non-stick cookware does have chemicals on it to make it non-stick that obviously leach into the food when you cook. Glass, stainless steel, and food grade silicone are absolutely the best. And cooking in steel, copper, or cast iron is wonderful. It is essential to drink filtered water. Our tap water is honestly not tested for toxins at all, like such as pharmaceutical waste and jet fuel. And if we don't filter it out of the water, we place that burden on our bodies to go ahead and do that filtration, which just adds to that cumulative burden. So it is really important to drink filtered water. If you want help with recommendations for a water filter, I'm more than happy to help with that. And makes someone question what the heck is going on out there, that we have all of this exposure to all of these different toxins, and how in the world can we possibly avoid these toxins and be successful at this? And it's just about making one conscious choice at a time. It can be so overwhelming. And sometimes we can't make the choice that we would like to for various reasons. Expense is a huge one when it comes to organic foods, for example, or even trying to swap out all of your plastic for glass or trade out your cookware. It's a huge expense. And so that is totally understandable and not something to feel bad about. Just continue to do your best, one choice at a time. At this time, I will hand it over to Stephanie.
Yes, thank you, Liz. And we all have the choice to make better nutrition decisions and decisions around what we're eating and putting into our bodies to support ourselves for the detoxification process as well. So I'm going to share my screen and talk a little bit about nutrition for detox support. Well, we are slowly approaching the holiday season, and as we prepare for the upcoming holidays, I believe it's a good time to start to prepare our bodies and our minds for the added stress and all of the celebratory foods that the season often brings. By supporting our body's natural detox pathways, with nutrient-dense, whole, organic, and seasonal foods, we are setting ourselves up for starting the season with enhanced energy and a calmer, clearer mind. The approach that we take with detoxing is unlike what you may have seen with other programs that involve a juices-only cleanse. We focus on fueling our bodies with plenty of delicious and nutritious fiber and protein-rich foods. Eating a balanced diet while detoxing is important for several reasons. A balanced diet provides essential vitamins and minerals that support the body's natural detoxification processes. Nutrients like antioxidants help combat free radicals and reduce oxidative stress. Detoxing can sometimes lead to fatigue or low energy, so a well-rounded diet helps to maintain our energy levels, making it easier to stay active and feel good during the process. An balanced intake of fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains aids digestion and promotes regular bowel movements, which is key for eliminating toxins. Many detox diets can lead to dehydration if not managed properly. So including hydrating foods like fruits and vegetables alongside fluids helps to maintain proper hydration levels. With the more restrictive nature of a detox diet, a balanced approach can help prevent feelings of deprivation as well. Eating a balance of whole foods, prioritizing protein, fiber, plants, and healthy fats makes it easier to stick to your plan and promote long-term healthy eating habits as well. A balanced diet ensures you're getting the variety of nutrients your body needs to function optimally. And overall, a balanced diet supports both physical and mental well-being, making the detox process more effective and sustainable. So I hope that you will all join us for our upcoming pre-holiday refresh detox challenge beginning November 10th, where you'll have the opportunity to approach a detox in a supportive group environment with the guidance of Liz and I all throughout. And we'll be using the menu that we've created that was included in your last newsletter. If you'd like a customized menu option or a recipe collection designed to fit your personal dietary and lifestyle needs, please reach out and let me know. This menu includes key nutrients that are designed to support the detox process by helping our detoxification pathways to run efficiently. While detoxing, it's important to prioritize protein. The amino acids in the protein are building blocks for the enzymes required to detox. And protein carries the toxins throughout the body so that they can be eliminated. And the menu that's included includes chicken, turkey, and wild-caught salmon, plant-based proteins, beans, lentils, chickpeas, nuts, and seeds, and fiber, which supports our digestive health and regularity. And that's including all of your fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, all the plant-based foods. It's high in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, especially citrus fruits, berries, leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables like your Brussels sprouts and broccoli. And you can also include natural detoxifiers that enhance immune function like garlic and onions, as well as turmeric and ginger for the anti-inflammatory benefits. And then healthy fats such as avocados, nuts, and seeds can also be included in olive oil. The best way to ensure that you are getting a diverse intake of all of these nutrients while detoxing is to plan what you'll be eating ahead of time. Having prepped nutrient-dense options on hand, stocking your fridge, freezer, and pantry with a variety of healthy whole proteins, fiber, plant, and healthy fats help you to avoid reaching for sugar-laden or processed options that will derail your detox goals. And to simplify this all for you and to help you to be successful on this journey, you can use the provided detox menu and grocery list provided to support your meal planning efforts. All right. Thank you so much for joining us and listening in today. And please let us know if you have any questions.